Okay, I'm gonna put you on game. In this video, I'm going to teach you how, as a travel nurse, you can negotiate off as much time as you want without having to worry about the coveted PTO. If you're interested in this video, keep watching. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Nurse Shawn-Nie here with another Vlogmas video. But in today's video, we're going to talk about negotiating time off as a travel nurse. So right now, I am loving life. I am off of work, off the clock, not responsible for anybody's hospital. And I gotta say, it is the best gift that I could have given myself. So traditionally, as a nurse, we work 12-hour shifts. When I was a staff nurse for holiday time, you had to sign up on list A or B. Maybe you would get to put your bid in first. You got to negotiate when you're going to work. You got to work your summer holidays, your winter holidays. Listen, when I became a travel nurse, all that went out the window, okay? No, please do not put me on no list to sign up for a summer, winter holiday. Not about that life, okay? So oftentimes I talk to nurses or healthcare providers who want to get into the travel nurse realm, but not quite sure what's going to happen to my PTO. So typically as a travel nurse, paid time off or PTO is not a thing. It does not exist. So there are agencies and contracts out there that you will get a small bucket of time, but you're not going to accrue tons and tons of days off like you would if you were working as a staff nurse in a hospital. However, you can make your own PTO. That's what I do, okay? So for me as a travel nurse, one of the benefits of being a travel nurse is that I get to negotiate my salary, where I want to work, and what kind of time I want off. But being a travel nurse comes with a huge amount of sacrifice. However, there are tons of benefits that come along with it that kind of sweeten the deal. So for me, I have non-negotiables, and one of my non-negotiables is I don't want to work the winter holidays, like Christmas, Thanksgiving. All of those holidays for me are times when I want to be home with my family. So it's really a non-negotiable for me. I normally host Christmas dinner at my house. This year I hosted my in-laws at my house. So it was just great to have that time where you can be home with family. I worked plenty of holidays in the hospital, so I have done my time when it comes to serving my patient population. But that's a non-negotiable for me. I don't want to work on holidays, and so I don't. I negotiate those things into my contract. So since I've been a travel nurse for the last 4 years, or almost 4 years, I have only had to work one Thanksgiving-ish holiday, and that was when I took my first leadership job in California. I had to start the week of Thanksgiving. I didn't want to turn the position down. They wanted me to start that Monday before Thanksgiving. I actually ended up not working on Thanksgiving, but I was away from home. I always start out the top of the year with a new contract. So I always look at my calendar in January and I map out how I'm going to arrange my work schedule for the year, because I know that by November, that third week of November, whatever contract I'm on, I want to be ending my contract because I like to be off from Thanksgiving until the beginning of the year. And traditionally, that is what I have done every year. So as a travel nurse and as a contract worker, it is up to you to decide what your non-negotiables are. Maybe the holidays aren't as important to you. One of my girlfriends loves to be off for summer. She will take the whole summer off. That's bomb. I would love to be off for summer. For labor and delivery, typically that's our high season. So I have always worked the summer. I am getting married the end of next summer, so I plan on taking off from August all the way through September. So I'll get to enjoy a little bit of summer off. But it's up to you to negotiate how you want to work. So my suggestion is for you to look at the calendar and line up those dates of when you want to be off. So for me, I'm always starting a contract the beginning of January, and I know that's going to be 13 weeks, which is going to take me up to the beginning of April. I typically do not request any time off in that 13-week block. So I already know from January to April, I'm just working straight through my whole 13 weeks. I'm not going to request anything off. So when you start a new contract as a travel nurse, you always want to make sure that whatever time you want off, if it's during that 13 weeks, 8 weeks, however long your contract is, if there's time off that you want, make sure that you request that on the front end. Make sure that it is written into your contract, because the hospital and your agency have to adhere to that when it's in writing. Nobody can dispute it. So if you want time off during your contract period, make sure you get it in writing. Don't sign that contract without having your time off approved and in writing in that contract, okay? Another thing that you have to account for, if you're going to take large chunks of time off, like I right now am off for 8 weeks, I'm not getting a paycheck. So with travel nursing, contract working, once your contract is over, so is your paycheck. So you have to account for that income, because you're still going to have expenses that you're responsible for. Most people do anyway. So you want to make sure that you are saving throughout your contract period, so that while you're off work, you still have an income, or you still have a way to pay for your expenses. So the way that I account for that is I look at my budget, I look at my expenses, and I add up what I'm going to need to get me from, like right now, my contract ended on November 19th. My last paycheck was something like the 26th of November. So I know moving forward for like the whole month of December and a portion of January, because I am going to go back to work the beginning of January, but for the whole month of December, no paycheck. A portion of January, no paycheck, okay? So what I do is I save a specific amount of money in a savings account that I know this is what I'm going to be using for whatever expenses that I have. So you don't want to take that hit and not be able to survive during the time that you're off. So everybody's budget is personalized. You look at what your expenses are, what your budget is, and you set that money to the side for all of the expenses that you typically would be paying out of your weekly or bi-weekly paycheck, okay? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit anxious taking so much time off of work, because I am now accustomed to a certain lifestyle. I do use a budget, but sometimes I want to go off of the budget. Sometimes I want to spend extra money. I know that during this time frame where I'm not having money coming in, that those little trips to Home Goods, that's one of my favorite stores, and little extra outings may not be able to happen, because, you know, my income is limited right now. And although I have credit cards, I don't want to run my credit cards up, because if you do that, you're going to be in a cycle of, once you go back to work, trying to catch up and all that. So I don't suggest that. But so you may have to decrease your spending during this time if you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle, okay? And lastly, you want to enjoy the time that you're off. Listen, I have worked throughout the whole pandemic. I took a little bit of time off the beginning of this year, and of course last holiday season, but I've been working, and I feel like I'm a busybody and I am conditioned to be always doing something. But this is a season, and this is a time of reflection. This is a time of rest. This is a time for me to, you know, do some things that I have not been able to do because I've been away at work. So if you do take that time off, enjoy the time off. I have also been enjoying lots of nap time and lots of free time. So this is like exactly what I needed. So take the time that you need for yourself. And when you take that time off, it's a time for you to think about what is next for you. Like, this is a great time to look at the next travel contract, or if you are looking for a job that is not a travel assignment, maybe you're looking for a staff position. It gives you plenty of time to get your resume up to date and see what opportunities are out there that are next for you in your nursing career. Listen, we only get to live this life one time. Becoming a travel nurse was a game changer for me. It allowed me to increase my earning potential. It allowed me to see different parts of the United States, working in different regions, and definitely allowed me to take control of my life and my finances. So let me know in the comment section, do you take time off during the holidays? Like right now, are you off on a staycation, vacation? Let me know down in the comment section. So I hope this video was helpful. Like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to y'all on the next video. Peace out.